Today's daf is Masechtas Gittin Daf Zayin. So we are approximately 10, 12 lines from the top where the Gemara says Shalach Lei. Zayin Amid Alf. Zok the Gemara. The Gemara brings a Maisa to negate to the din of Sertet when writing Kisvei Kodesh. Zok the Gemara. Shalach Lei Mar Ukva. Mar Ukva sent a Shaila to Rabbi Lazar. Mnei Adam ha'imnim alai. People that are standing on me and they are machar of me, megad of me, they're cursing me. Ubiyadi lamasr lamalchus, and technically I have an opportunity. I have the power to give them over to the king. It means I could like snitch on them. Should I do it? So certet v'kasavle. So Rabbi Lazar, he wrote the lines on top of a paper. V'kasavle, and wrote the pasuk in Tehillim, Parak Lamates, pasuk Beis, Amarti Eshmer derachai machatoy v'shayni, Eshmer lefi machsein ba'oid rashal anegdi, meaning that afal pisha rashal anegdi, even though there's a rasha against me and he's bothering me, Eshmer lefi machsein, I will hold back, hesitate, and then won't give him over the malchus. So that was his answer. So Marukva went and Shalach Lei, and he sent Rabbi Lazar, and he wrote Kametzar Li Tuva. They're giving me a lot of pain. They're really bothering me. Like Tzina Deikam Buhu. I can't withstand it. Shalach Lei, Rabbi Lazar wrote a different pasuk. Tehillim, Parak Lamed Zayin, pasuk Zayin, Doim La Hashem v'Schol Eloi. So darshan the pasuk, Doim La Hashem, wait for Hashem's Yeshua v'Schol Eloi, and Hashem will mapple them, Chalol, Yupilam L'cha, Chalolem Chalolem. And while you're waiting for Hashem Yeshua, Hashkim v'harav alein lebeis hamedrash, v'yoisik v'torah in the morning and the evening beis hamedrash ve'in kalam alein, and they'll go away without you doing anything. Zok the Gemara, hadavar yatzei pir Rabbi Lazar, the tshuva, his answer came up from Lazar, nasunu leganiva b'koiler, and the malchus put ganiva, that was mitzayir marukva, in chains, metal chains, to take him out to lahariga. So the Gemara on the Ma'aser Shalach Le Marokva, Shalchu Le Marokva. They sent a Shaila to Marokva. Zimra Minalon the Aser. How do you know that after Chur Beis Hamikdash it's Aser to sing with that music while they're drinking wine in their Bate Mishtois in the Beis Hamishna? Zok the Gemara Sertate. So V'kasavlu, he wrote the pasuk on Eishea, Parak Tes pasuk Al, V'tismach Yisrael Gil Ba'amim, meaning that Am Yisrael that was chayta and lost a lot of good things, so it doesn't pass for them to Msameach like the guy. Zok Gemara, V'lishlach Lahu Ma'acha, the Chayr Marukva could have been arrived from the pasuk that the Mishnah says in Saitim and Chesam and Alv, it says, the pasuk in Yeshaya, Perach Avdal, pasuk Tes, Bashir lo Yishdiyoyin, Yema Sheicha lo Shoisav, meaning that when the Yidden went out to Galos, Machos Teravelis, they shouldn't sing while they're drinking wine, and also the Sheicha that they're drinking should be bitter in their mouths. So why don't you bring that pasuk? Gemara in Saitim and Ches, like Gemara, Imahu Havamina, Hanimili Zimmer Damana, that I might think only singing with a kli it's aser because it's very misameach, only with an instrument. Ava the puma shari, but with a mouth maybe he's allowed to sing. Kamashalon, even bepeh it's aser. It's aser to sing. Zok the Gemara Vayter, Amalei Rav Huna bar Nasan Rav Ashi, Huna bar Nasan told Rav Ashi, Mai dechsiv, this it says in the pasuk in Yeshua, Parak Tezvav pasuk of Beis, Kina v'dimoina v'ad ada. Masvasa Daret Yisrael Kol Chashiv. So the pasuk is counting the cities in Eretz Yisrael that were had shaykhs to the Shevet of Yehuda. Amar Lei, Rav Huna bar Nasan told Rav Ashi, Atu anale yadayna the Masvasa Daret Yisrael Kol Chashiv. Do I not know that the kavanah of the pasuk is to count the cities in Eretz Yisrael? Ella Rav Gevia Maragiza. Rav Gevia was from a place called Argiza. Amar Bataima. He said, so Rav Huna bar Nasan told Rav Ashi that I heard Rav Givia who was from a place called Agiza, and he dashed on the pasuk like this. He said, "Kol sheyesh lo kina al chaveroi." Somebody that has kina, a kas on his friend because he's mitzar him, v'dimoina, and he's daimim, meaning he's quiet. Vad ada. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu shoichin aliyad oisaloi din, and Hashem punishes the person that. So if someone bothers somebody and keeps quiet, then Hashem punishes the person that shepherded him. Amalei, so Rav Ashi told him, Ma'ata, the pasuk that says in Yeshua Perak Tesvav pasuk Lamed Alf, Tziklag u'madmana v'sanana hachinami. Are you going to dash on the pasuk? These places, Amalei, so Rav Huna bar Nasan told him, you have a Rav Givia v'Agiza hacha. If Rav Givia from Agiza would be here, have Amar Bataimo, he would avad also dash in things from that pasuk. Zakti Gemara of Acham bechiza Amar Bahachi. Gemara was bringing a different Amar that dash in the pasuk. Acham bechiza. He said Shah in the pasuk Tziklag Madmana of Sanana that Kol Mi Sheyesh Tzakas Legima Chaveri. Somebody has tightness on his friend that was Yor Lechayev. He stole from his parnasa. V'doimim, and he Madmana, and his lashon doimim. V'sansana, HaKadosh Baruch Hu shoichem basneh, and his isolated din, Hashem punishes the friend that did the avla. So Hashem is called shoichem basneh because he's megal himself to Moshe b'asneh, like we find in Shemais. Zakti Gemara Vayter. Amar le'Reish Galusa of Kahuna. Reish Galusa told Rav Huna, Kalila menalan da'asar. How do you know that after the Churban, you're not allowed to make kalila for a chasen? So kalila is a type of crown that they would wear by the weddings. So how do you know it's aser after the Churban? Amalei Rav Huna told Reish Galusa that it's midrabanan. It's only aser midrabanan. The time whether it's in Mishnah Saitim and Testament Alpha, Pulmus Shas Aspaisianus. At the war of Aspaisanus, when Aspaisanus brought up an army to Yerushalayim before Titus came, Gazra Atas Chasanim, the Chacham Geyser, they should not put a crown, Tara, on the head of the Chasan in order to Yimayit and Simcha, because of what was going on. Bala Eros, they were Geyser on a tambourine to play with Beis HaMishnah, Adahachi, Kam Rav Huna Lafchuye. Meanwhile, Rav Huna had to go relieve himself. Amalei Rav Chizar told Reish Galusa that the reason for Isra Taris HaChasanim is only Darbanan. He said it's not Midrabanan, rather it's Midivrei Neviim and Krok Siv. It says a pasuk in the Nevuah on the Galus. It said in the Cheskel pasuk Parachaf Aleph, pasuk Lamed Aleph, Koyamar Hashem Lekim Hasar Metzefes V'Hara Ma'atara. Take off the Metzefes and raise the Atara. So Zois Loi Zois. The gedula that was until now should not be any longer. Rather, hashpala hagbeya. Whoever was low, you should lift. V'agavaya hashpal. And what's high, you should lower. So, for the Gemara, the shayla is chamani mitznefes. What shayla is mitznefes, which is big day kahuna? It's atara, which is tatara, which is a lavush of a melech. Elalei melach. Tam tali was masham mitznefes the reish kain gadol. That when the mitznefes the reish kain gadol, meaning when the base of English came, it's mutter to put atar b'reish kol adam. However, in the stalkam is nefesh b'reish kain gadol, and the bias is charv, then it's stalk atar b'reish kol adam. Then you're not supposed to put a atar b'reish kol adam on the chasanim. Adahachi asa. Meanwhile, Rav Huna came back from where he went. Ashkechinu davayasvi. He found Rav Chizar Reish Galusa was sitting, and he was listening to Rav Chizar said, Amar lei. So Rav Huna told Rav Chizar alikim. You can tell me that it's. He said, I'll swear that I'll make a shvua that it's only Is Darabanan, and the pasuk in Cheskel is talking about Stefes of the Kohen Gadol that should come off, and it's talking about that Torah that was on the head of the king of Tzidkiyahu, that when he went to Galus, Al-Chizda Shemach Chizda Milach. He said, rather, your name is Chizda and your ways are nice. Meaning the pasuk he's saying is just an asmachta. The pasuk you Chizda bring is just an asmachta. Zakti Gemara, Avina Ashkele Maravashi. Avina found Maravashi. Now the Gadol Klila Avate. He was making a klila for the wedding of his daughter. Amar Leif So Ravina Torah Bashi L'Sav Lamar Hasar Mitzvah Sahar Matar. You don't hold this pasuk that's learned that the Isser Amalei. Amar Rashi told him, Dumi the Kohen Gadol. He said Dumi Kohen Gadol. Pasuk's talking about only on men, and just like the Kohen Gadol, but Nashi Loi. On Nashim there's no Isser. So now the Gemara is going to go back to the pasuk in Yecheskel, Zois Loi Zois, like the Gemara, Mai Zois Loi Zois. What is that referring to? Darshan Ravira Darshan Zimnin Amar Lei. Sometimes they made this drasha on the name of Ami. Zimna Amarle, Mishmei Ravasi. Sometimes they said the drasha on the name of Rasi. B'Shosham Hakadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael Hasar Matzav Sahar Matara. When Hashem told the Yidin Hasar Matzav Sahar Matara, Amar Malach Hashar said V'nei Hakadosh Baruch Hu Rebbeinu Shalom Zois Lahen Li Yisrael Shekdinu V'nechem B'Sina Nasal Nishma. This is what you're doing to the Yidin Makdim by Sina Nasal Nishma. Amar Hakadosh Baruch Hu told him Lo Zois Lahen Li Yisrael. Why shouldn't I do it? Because it was Zalzum, the Kavod Hashem, and the Mechaber Lekim Achirim, and Midut Tzelam Behechal. Zok the Gemara, Vaiter, another drasha of Rav Avira. Drasha Avira, Zimnin Amar Law, Shmei Rav Asi, Zimnin Amar Shmei Rav Asi. Mai the Chsiv says a Nachum Perak Aleph Pasuk Beis Karma Hashem. Im shleimim mchein ram mchein negoiz of avar. So shleimim roya adam zishem zaynaisim. Some if a person sees that his mezainis is mitzumtzum, and he only has enough that he needs, but he has nothing left over to give to anyone else. And zaktimara yasam and tzedakah, he should do tzedakah from his money. The cholshkein shehem merubim cholshkein, if he does have a lot, that he should give tzedakah. Mai, what does it mean? Mechina goizu va'avar. Zak the Gemara, Tana Rishmal, call goizu menechasav va'izum and tzedakah. If somebody shears off from the chasav and does tzedakah with them, need someone dinish gehenim, get safe from dinish gehenim. Mashal shtei rechelis, the mashal two rechelis. It's a mashal to two sheep. Shahi oivers b'mayim, that were going over the water. Achas kazuzav, achas ein kazuzav. One was sheared and one was not. So the gazuza over, the one that's sheared, could go over in the nar. Why? Because its wool is cut off and it's not holding it back. It's lighter and it's smaller. She'eni gazuza lo yavra, because its wool is holding it back. So too, somebody that goizes from his money, if it's tzedakah, could be over and needs it from dina shel gehenim. Zakti Gemara Vaiter. So the end of the pasuk says, "V'nisich lo ya'anech oid." So Zakti Gemara, "V'nisich amar mazutra afilu aniamisparis from tzedakah." Even a ani that's misparis from tzedakah, v'chol zo is yasa tzedakah. He should still do tzedakah. He's chayav to give tzedakah. Like we dash mechina geiz of avar. Zakti Gemara, lo ya'anech oid Tani Rav Yosef. That if a person gives tzedakah, like it says in the beginning of the pasuk, v'china geiz of avar, then it's muftach loi. That le'anich oid, that should be marli siman aniyas, that he won't have siman aniyas anymore. He'll be zeichet hashiras. Zok the Gemara weiter. The Mishnah said of Yehuda Omer Merekem Mizrach. So Rabbi Yehuda said that from the place called Rekem, and which is in the Mizrach, in the east of Eretz Yisrael, the Mizrach, until the end of the world, further on Mizrach. So that's all called Medina Sayam. And a shliach that brings a get from there has to say Vanech Vanechta. And Rekem Atzma has a din like Mizrach Ha'olam and not like Eretz Yisrael. And from Ashkelon and south also it's considered Medina Sayam. Ashkelon Gedarim, Ashkelon itself has a din like south of the world, and it's not Eretz Yisrael. And also shliach has brings from there get from there Vanech Vanechta. And Ma'akal Tzafon also has a din Ketzafon, which is Medina Sayam. And the Mishnah said, Mayor argued, he said, Akka has a din like Eretz Yisrael, and you get in, and you do not have to say Nechta. So Zakti Gemara. Lemeimra, you're going to say that from the Mishnah you could say that the Akka is found in Eretz Yisrael Kaim, and the Akka is found in the northern border of Eretz Yisrael. Because if not, the Mishnah would have not said that Ma'akal Tzafon is considered Chutz La'aretz. So correct the Gemara Kasha, because Raminu, we learned in Tosefta, always Paragachas Halachaches, it's in Vor, that Akka is not the northern Tzafon border of Eretz Yisrael, because it says, Hayamahalach Ma'aka, if somebody was going from Akoi Lechziv, somebody who's going north from Akoy to Chsiv, then he has to know that Miminoi Lemizrach Haderech. So it says if somebody was going from Akoy to Chziv, so he has to know that Miminoi Lemizrach Haderech, that the land of Eretz Yisrael is to his right, to the east of the way. It's Tameya Mishum Eretz Amim. He has to know that it has Tumas Eretz Amim, Upturim and Meiser and Shvius, and it's Potter from Meiser and Shvius, like it has a din like Chutz La'aretz, and also the whole length of the way, Achivad L'chosh Hi Chayeves, until he knows it is Chayev. So until he reaches a place and a person that's a baki tells him that it's Eretz Yisrael. And also the Mishnah says that Mesmoila, you have to know that the Eretz Yisrael is Mesmoila, which is L'mayr Haderech, to the west side of the way, is Eretz Yisrael. And it's Tahir Mishum Eretz Amim, the Chayeves, the Meiser V'Shvius. So the Mishnah says, Mimino Yilatzan Mizrach to the Mizrach, that's Tameya, out Eretz Amim. Mismoile L'mayrev is Tahirim, what's Eretz Amim, is Chayev Meiser V'Shvius, until you know that it's Potter. Tzad Heichan, Zok the Mishnah, until is a chal, all these klolim on the derech, the right and the left. Zok the Mishnah, Ad Kaziv, until the city Kaziv. Rishmal Rabbi Yossi Amim Shemar. Rishmal Yossi says the name of his father. Ad Lav Lavai, until a place called Lav Lavai. So according to the Mishnah, according to what you see from the Tosefta, the L'chara Akai is not on the Tzafan border, rather it's on the Mizrach border. And the Shedach of Eretz Yisrael continues on even after Akai to the north. So L'chara it's different than the Mishnah, which is a mavur that Akai is on the Tzafan border. Zok the Gemara, Amar Abaye Ritzua Nafka. Abaye says that no, Abada Akai is in the Tzafan Eretz Yisrael on the northern border, and that's why the Mishnah says Ma'akal Tzafan is Chutz La'aretz. It's just that by on the Tzafan by Akai, a Ritzua goes out. It is a strip that goes out until the city Kiziv. So Kamtois, the way that you go from Akai to Chsiv is on the Mizrach side of the Ritzua, and that's what Sefta is saying, that the land that's on the Yamin Haderech, Mizrach, that's Chutz La'aretz. So the Smoila is Taka the Ritzua itself, which is still part of Eretz Yisrael. Frek Gemara of Yov Tanis Simana Hachi. Is this Ritzua, is it one land that it's so chashav that Tana would have to give a siman to say where it straws and where Chutz La'aretz is? Zok Gemara in. Yeah, it's not shver because Koranami Yov Simana. The pasuk also give a siman to tell you with this Ritzua what's Eretz Yisrael, what's Chutz La'aretz. The Chesiv says pasuk Shoftim Perach Alef pasuk Yates Vayomer Hinei Chag Hashem B'Shilim V'Yom Yamimo Hashem Etzvayna LaBeisel, which it rests. It's Tzafan Beisel, Mezrucha Hashem Shel Mesila, Olam Beisel Shchema, Menegel Avoinam. Our Papa says, La Mezrucha Shel Mesila. They said it says, Mizrucha Hashemesh means Sheila is found in the Mizrach of the Mesila, so Kumtais that the city of Beisel is on the Durham, and the Ir Lavoina is in the north, and Sheila is between these two cities. And the pasuk is telling you exactly where Sheila is. That it is, it's telling you there's a Mesila that's on the way from Beisel to Shechem, and Sheila is in the Mizrach of this way. And since we see the pasuk is giving you a siman, tells you Mesila uses a Mesila as a siman, so it's not sure that Tana had to give. Talks about the Ritzua and gives some money on where there's straw, where's Chutz La'aretz, because see the pasuk does it also. That's what Gemara is trying to say. Zok the Gemara, Tana Chada. In one brayso we learned that a maybe get besvina, someone brings a get that was written on a boat that was floating in one of the rivers in Eretz Yisrael. As a din can maybe be Eretz Yisrael, as a din like it brings in Eretz Yisrael on dry land, and he doesn't have to say v'fanech fanech. Tani, another brayso says that it has a din can maybe be Chutz La'aretz. and it would appear that Tana is saying that the Naharis and Eretz Yisrael, but then like Chutz La'aretz. Lagabi dinim noyig baretz also. Zok the Gemara, Rabbi Yirmiyah loy kasha, har Yehuda har Rabbanon. Taka machlekes Rabbi Yehuda Chachamim, and one brayso holds like Rabbi Yehuda, one brayso holds like Chachamim. Zok the Gemara, where do you find this Mishnah? That Tanam we see in the Mishnah in Chala Parak Beis Mishnah Beis, Afar Chutz La'aretz haba b'sfina la'aretz. If you have soil, dirt from Chutz La'aretz that comes on a boat to Eretz Yisrael, and the Sfina is one of the rivers in Eretz Yisrael, and they planted it on it, and it grew pears. The halacha is chayiv ma'aser b'shvius. So it has a chayiv ma'aser b'shvius because in the Haras and Eretz Yisrael, it didn't like Eretz Yisrael, and it's floating on top of. In the Nahar, it's considered like mechubar l'karka. Rav Yehuda says, "Ein masai." When's it have a din like a mechubar l'karka? Bizman shasfina gosheshes. That's if the sfina is in low water and it's kind of on top of the ground. So then it's considered mechubaras l'karka. If it's just floating on top of high water, it's part from ma'aser shvius. Since the water is being mafsek between the svina and the karka, it's not considered mechubar l'karka. And the din gedulim on svina has a din like gedulei chutz la'aretz. So Mela Zakta Gemara, that's the answer to the two brises. So Yehuda holds that if it's not Gesheshes as a din, even if the Nor and Eretz Yisrael is a din like Gidulei Chutz La'aretz, and we put from Meiser and Shvius. So Zakta Gemara, another terrace answer to the brisa. Abai says it's not a steer. Habahar Rabbi Yehuda. Maybe they're both going like Rabbi Yehuda. Loikasha comes man shein esvin Gesheshes. Comes man shein Gesheshes. What brisa it says that as a din, like maybe b'chutz la'aretz is talking about the svina is not gesheshes, so it's considered a hefsek between the svina and the karka, and it has a din like do l'chutz la'aretz. Comes mashas meaning gesheshes, that's when it has a din peris eretz Yisrael as a chiv meiser and shvius. Zakti Gemara. Amar Abzera says atzas nakov. If you have atzas, a planted thing, and it's nakov, hamunuch agabi sedis, it's on top of nails in Eretz Yisrael, and they planted it and it grew pears. Banu machlekes Yehuda rabbanos. Machlekes Yehuda rabbanos. If you have a flower pot and they planted on it, it's on top of nails, it's not actually touching the ground. Machlekes Yehuda rabbanon. If the pears are chayiv and trumas and meises. According to Rabbi Yehuda, svita shot al gabi mayim and haris is not considered mechubar l'karka. So huadin, if you have a atzas nakov and it's hanging in the ear, it's not really in the ground. It's al gabi said it's not considered mechubar la'aretz. And when a Torah it's part from meises. According to Chachamim, that a svina is considered mechubar l'karka. So even a atzas, you'll say is nechshav mechubar l'karka, and the pears that grow out of it are chayiv and trumas and meises when a Torah. After tomorrow, Amarava, no, Tilmalahi, maybe it's not comparable. Because Adkan like Rabbi Yehuda Hasam, this Rabbi Yehuda says it's El B'Sfina, it's only in a Sfina, Hasu Lev Royach, because it's always moving, and therefore if it's Einig Sheshes, it's not being yoinik from the ground, it's not considered Mechul Karka. If you have a flower pot, it's not going anywhere, it's staying in one place, so maybe it's yoinik from the Karka. And then Loi, about Rabbi Yehuda did not say as a din like a Mechubar, that doesn't have a din like Eina Mechubar, rather Rabbi Yehuda would hold it has a din like a Mechubar Karka, even though it's not actually in the ground. Inam is like the Gemara tell you another that even Shitz Rabbanon can make chiluk, because Adkan Kamir Rabbanon Hasam El B'Sfina, though Rabbanon only said in the Sfina as a din Mechubar Karka, to Lamafsak Avira, there's no hefsek of ear space between the Sfina and the Karka, it's just water. The Maya Ki'ara Smichta Dami, because Rabbanon hold that Maya has a din like, it's considered like the ground. Ava Otzis Mafsak Avira, have a flower pot that's on top of your seders, and it's not, and there's ear space between the flower pot and the ground. Maybe in that case, Rabbanon would be masking that it's not considered mechubar l'karka.